everyone. So we're going to start this Alfredo pasta. And to do this, to get that nice smoky flavor, I have the shrimp already in the Traeger. And what I'm going to do is add my Alfredo in my pan, and make sure you get a pan that is grill safe. So all metal, no rubber handles or no rubber on it. And then you'll see the recipe on ehhardware.com once we're all done. All the recipes are always posted there. But I make my own Alfredo, and I do make my own pasta. But you can buy great store-bought pasta, any pastas. I'm going to show you also alternative of different low-carb options as well. But let's get started on the sauce, which is, like I said, any basic Alfredo. So you would add your Alfredo. An easy way to make a homemade Alfredo, guys, and that's how I do mine. I'll just tell you real quick because everybody's like, how do you make homemade Alfredo?
Okay, this is not good.
So it's kind of more of a, it's not like a low-fat option, but it's really good, is take, and I'm going to add some of this, heavy cream, and you basically add like Parmesan and different fresh herbs, and you slowly simmer it down until it reduces more than in half, and you end up with a nice creamy Alfredo. But you have to use it the same day. If you do not and put it in the refrigerator and take it out and reheat it on a high heat, it'll separate. So that's the difference of having a fresh Alfredo compared to a store-bought, because store-bought's got different things in there to keep it, you know, creamy for you, which not good for you, but basically if that happens, when you take it out of the refrigerator, you put it on low heat and you start adding a little bit of heavy cream and just keep stirring it, and it'll get creamy again. So that would be the trick of when you're making it from a fresh cream. If I can open this, we'll be good to go. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of cream. We're gonna add some Parmesan. And we're going to get this in the smoker because we're going to lightly smoke this sauce as well. So this is not just a grilled salmon dish. This is the whole dish being that nice light smoky flavor. Not overbearing, but just nice and light. As you guys know, I'm not one that likes heavy smoke flavors, but I like to accent a lot of my foods with the smoke because when I'm doing my cooking or if I'm making dinners and stuff, I don't like to overpower the food because I want you to taste all the flavors that I put in the food, but I want that nice outer layer of smoke around it too as well, so you get a nice flavor of that instead of just pure smoke in your mouth. Okay, so we're going to stick this on the grill and leave it with the shrimp. No cover. You're not putting a cover on because your temperature is low enough where you don't have to worry about burning or anything like that, especially with the Traeger. It's such a low intense heat where you don't have to worry about anything burning on you. So you'll be safe without a cover on it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next step, which is going to be to season the salmon and get that on the grill. Now that our shrimp are all done and everybody's enjoying their appetizers, we are going to season the salmon. And remember when we did the walkthrough, I picked out the veggie rub. After I do the veggie rub, we're gonna spray it with a little bit of that duck fat for a little extra boost of flavor, and we're gonna get it on the Traeger. We're gonna do this at 225 degrees, and we're gonna do it for approximately, usually it takes anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, or as you always hear me repeat, just like Mom would always repeat, clean your room. Always go by temperature when you're doing any proteins. Don't really go by time because everything cooks so different. This will never fail you. So when you're doing salmon, you don't want it to dry out. You can do the wood plank, but if you're doing wood planks, you can do, that's when you do more of a high heat grill. But using the smoker, I can do the super smoke on the Traeger, which will give a nice smoky flavor, and it's such a lower temperature where I won't need to have to worry about the moist or anything, because when I'm gonna yank it at 140 degrees, that's what you're gonna yank it at on the Traeger. 140, you'll still get that moist, flaky, beautiful salmon, not dried out, because you definitely gotta be careful. So let's get this seasoned. This is the veggie rub, so this is just a nice neutral flavor because we're doing that nice Alfredo pasta because I want you to taste that Alfredo. We got the fresh peas and the nice fresh fennel. So we want to definitely not focus on a heavy rub. Like the shrimp will definitely have that barbecue rub and that kind of flavor, but not for this. This is a delicate dish, but full of flavor.
What's the name of that? Can you try?
This one is the veggie rub.
Veggie roll.
Yes.
Did you do anything to the salmon beforehand? Pat it dry?
Okay, my rub is on there, and now I'm going to spray the duck fat so we can get it on the grill. I don't always, ever, not always, I don't spray any of my proteins beforehand, especially with oil, you know, the oil-based ones, because then once you put the rub on, that oil is kind of going to sometimes coat and block some of the flavors that you want to go in. So I always do it on a flat surface and then spray with my duck fat. It'll lock in all that, all those nice herbs on top of the salmon. Now all those flavors can go right in. And we're gonna get this, I'm gonna bring the whole board over. So I have beautiful Norwegian salmon. You can use wild salmon, and you know, it just depends on what salmon you like. This one stays a little more moist because of the fat content that's in this salmon. But if you do more of the wild salmon or any of those type of salmon, make sure you keep a close temperature lock. You know, keep a close eye on your temperature because it'll get to 140 really quick compared to this. So we're gonna go ahead and get this closed so it can get to smoking and we can finish our pasta dish. Okay, everybody, our salmon has reached temperature of 140. We're gonna pull it out and get started on our pasta. So let's go pull that salmon out. Oh, beautiful. That's okay, because we don't want the skin in our pasta anyways. We're just gonna take it right off the skin. Look how juicy that salmon is. You can just see, look how perfect. Oh, it's gonna be so good in our pasta, guys. Want to make sure we got all the skin off. We did. Okay, so let's get this pasta started. And low carb version for pasta, I'm going to show you real quick. I have the little tool, but you can find these in any regular store. But zucchini noodles. So this would be one option instead of pasta. So nice fresh zucchini noodles is one. I do a lot of zucchini noodles for my weekly clients. And another option that you have is low carb is a lot of these companies have come out with lentil or black bean, even edamame pasta, which still have a little bit of carb in them, but not full carb like pasta. So this is another option you can find. This one's made with lentil. So it's just another nice option because I have a hard time with the vegetable pasta. I'm being Italian, no matter what. I just, you know, they always say just eat in moderation, don't, you know, eat so much of it, but I understand, and I understand my clients that need to either cut out the carbs totally, but this is another option if you kind of want to go in between. So some great lower carb options for you guys. So real quick on zucchini noodles. A lot of people make this mistake and they contact me for it because their zucchini noodles get like really mushy and they're not understanding. So when you're making zucchini noodles, I always give my clients zucchini noodles raw. I give them a little olive oil, salt and pepper. Get your skillet high heat, put a little bit of oil, and just flash cook your zucchini noodles really, really quick because you gotta remember, this is very tender, very, very tender. So if you overcook it in the skillet like you're thinking I'm gonna saute vegetables, you can't think that way. So you gotta think of just high heat where you're almost gonna yank them off almost a little bit raw inside. Really quick saute, take them off because the sauce that you're gonna put on them is gonna cook the rest of them the rest of the way. And then you're gonna have the perfect noodle without it being just a slop fall apart mess. So there's a little tip on your zucchini noodle. Then you'll have perfect zucchini noodles instead of zucchini mash pasta. So we have on the recipe I did dill or fennel. Fennel's really nice. It has a nice flavor. So we're going to use the fronds on top of the fennel instead of the dill. I went shopping for dill today. I just wasn't happy. You know, as a chef, sometimes we're pretty picky on our vegetation. I always shop for the freshest I can possibly find. And if I'm not happy with it, I'll either change the menu a little bit, similar flavors, because I won't buy, I just won't buy it. And I won't give it to my clients. Okay, so we'll just get a little chop. So don't forget, if you register or also at each one of these events, if you come to the stores, you don't have to, no purchase necessary, but you can register to win the giveaways that we're having. And don't forget, each one of these events, I'm going to be giving away one of these beautiful knives. So this is the next one that we're giving away. This is the Santoku knife. Great chopping knife. Don't forget, these knives are my knife of choice. One piece of metal, so it's not chopped where you just get the wooden handle. A lot of your knives break because of that. This is very well put together, these knives. These are going to kick up your chopping skills in your kitchen, so I'm really proud to be able to give these away to you guys. And each one of these will have my logo engraved on there for you as well. So this one is going to be for this giveaway, and the next 3 ones I have different giveaways, so different knives at each one of these events. So if you're lucky enough to win a few of these knives, you'll have a different collection, so we're not giving the same knife away every time. So don't forget to register for that when you come in the store. So we have our fronds. Let's get this chopping. We're gonna go pull off our sauce now. Now don't forget, when I did the shrimp, we put that sauce on when I did the shrimp, so it has that nice time to smoke. So I'm gonna go pull that off. So we have our nice Alfredo sauce. This is now complete. Really nice light smoky flavor on there, not really heavy, but this is a nice smoked pasta dish. We're gonna serve this dish today with just a simple salad. So you have your carbs, you got your fish, you got your vegetables, and we're just gonna freshen it up with a salad, which I'll plate all together when I'm done. Okay, so we have our peas, sugar snap peas. We have our fronds. We're gonna break up our salmon real quick. Just wanna chunk it up a little bit. It's breaking apart perfectly because it's very moist. It's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna add our salmon. Let me put these back over here. So let's put in some of our salmon. That's next. Get all those nice juices from the salmon. Now, I make my own pastas, so I did a fettuccine pasta that I pre-cooked before I got here. So this is just fettuccine noodles. Okay, fettuccine egg noodles. We're gonna add our noodles. And our beautiful sauce.
Did you make your fettuccine sauce or did you buy it in the box?
No, I make reduced cream. That's the easiest way to make it.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Cream and herbs, garlic, fresh garlic, and just reduce it to a little less than half, and you have Alfredo sauce. A good one. So just
There's something about homemade is so much better.
it is. It is.
It's so much better.
Beautiful pasta, guys. So let's plate our salad. And I just did a simple butter lettuce. So baby red butter lettuce, nice and colorful. We're gonna put some honey roasted cranberry and almonds, some crouton.
Did you make your crouton?
Yes, ciabatta crouton.
Ciabatta, okay.
Yeah.
Ciabatta, okay.
And believe it or not, I found these beauties. Edible flowers.
What kind of flowers are those?
Actually, marigolds. Marigolds are edible.
Flowers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
And the leaves.
Yep. I used to love it as a kid because my grandma, of course, she made all these homemade dressings all the time. So the flowers, the ones that weren't bloomed all the way yet, would soak up all that dressing. And I used to love that as a kid. I still do, obviously. You can tell me. Oh, so good.
My neighbor talks about eating all these flowers.
Oh, yeah. Plus dandelion's so good for you, like
That's what she
medicinally.
says. That's what she says. I haven't arrived to that yet.
It's okay. But you're accepting it.
I'm accepting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause I see her.
That's the first first
Yes.
struggle to get over. Okay,
But
little
those plantain greens, they taste almost like something you could mix with
Mm-hmm.
kale or salt or anything.
What'd you just sprinkle on top?
Parmesan cheese at the end, guys. And here we have our beautiful salmon, smoked salmon Alfredo pasta with the fennel and peas, a nice salad to go with. And of course, we're gonna do our pairings today. So I picked a lemon from a lemon Hefeweizen from Great Lakes. This is a great smooth beer because there's a lot of lemon infused, like those beers. Some of them have too much of a lemony flavor. This is really smooth. Hefeweizen is really great from Great Lakes. So this is your perfect dinner.
Zucchinis and which one?
No, separate. This is just an option for low carb.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So this would be the perfect dinner, starting with your shrimp. This is a great barbecue dinner. You got your smoked Alfredo, nice salad to go with. Very healthy, very delicious. We thank you today for joining us at the Westlake location of E&H Hardware. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, you can find this recipe and all the other ones that we've done, plus the ones that we will be doing in the future at www.ehhardware.com.